Wir hoffen, euch gefällt unser folgendes Top 5 Film-Ranking. Bitte schreibt uns euren Favoriten in den Kommentaren und abonniert unseren Kanal, um nie wieder einen guten Film zu verpassen. Nummer 5.
Ich weiß, es gibt Dinge, die Sie mir nicht sagen dürfen. Aber ich weiß auch, hier gibt es eine Story, von der jeder hören wird.
Glauben Sie, Ihre Zeitung hat die Ressourcen dafür?
Ja, tue ich. Sie auch?
Dieser Bostoner Priester hat 30 Jahre lang Jungen in 6 Gemeinden missbraucht. Die Kirche hat es rausgefunden und nichts unternommen. Wir haben keine längerfristigen Recherchen in diesem Fall angestellt.
Nein, haben wir nicht.
Und Sie hätten ein Team für sowas?
Spotlight? Leute, hört zu. Das hier wird alle interessieren.
Die Kirche wird sich natürlich mit allen Mitteln wehren.
Ich sammle ein paar Hintergrundinformationen.
Ich will nicht, dass Sie das in irgendeiner Weise aufzeichnen.
Sie haben doch mehrere Vergleiche mit der Kirche ausgehandelt.
Dazu darf ich nichts sagen.
Es gibt keine Unterlagen über diese Vergleiche.
Nein. Wenn ein Priester einem armen Jungen aus einer armen Familie Beachtung schenkt, ist das eine große Sache. Wie kann man Gott etwas abschlagen?
Spotlight?
Ich hatte einen Tipp.
Denkst du, er hat etwas?
Ich will weitergraben.
Konzentrieren wir uns auf die Institution. Zeigen Sie mir, dass das von ganz oben kam.
Die bringen jeden zum Schweigen, der redet.
Lassen Sie mich in Ruhe, verdammt nochmal!
6% werden sexuell aktiv.
6% wären 90.
90 Priester.
Wenn es 90 gäbe, würden die Leute das doch wissen.
Tun Sie vielleicht.
Sie werden mir Namen geben. Und die Namen ihrer Opfer.
Drohen Sie mir etwa?
Ich habe nur meinen Job gemacht.
Ja, du und alle anderen.
Ich bin hier, weil es mir wichtig ist. Wir erzählen diese Geschichte so, wie sie war.
Ich hoffe, das kann unter uns bleiben, bis wir alle auf derselben Wellenlänge sind.
Sind wir hier, um auf dieselbe Wellenlänge zu kommen? Wir haben hier 2 Stories. Eine über einen degenerierten Klerus und eine über eine Gruppe von Anwälten, für die Kindesmissbrauch ein einträgliches Geschäft ist. Welche sollen wir schreiben? Denn eine schreiben wir auf jeden Fall.
Ich bin nicht verrückt. Sie kontrollieren alles.
Es ist nicht nur Boston. Es passiert im ganzen Land, auf der ganzen Welt. Sie wussten es und sie haben es zugelassen. Es hättest du sein können. Oder ich. Oder jeder von uns.
Nummer 4.
Quiet, everybody! Listen to me! Listen!
Beneath this sinister mountain, a man is buried alive, trapped by a cave-in. And from every part of a shocked and anxious nation, the crowds stream to watch the desperate rescue crews fighting against time, battering their way to the barrier of solid rock, while far below, a daring reporter makes his way into the treacherous, crumbling tunnel that is the only lifeline between the helpless victim and the outside world.
You'll be out of here by tomorrow morning.
No, I won't. They'll never reach me by tomorrow morning.
You'll be out of here in 12 hours. Hang on!
Kirk Douglas has his greatest role as the reporter who would do anything for a story. Jan Sterling becomes a star of the first rank as the not-so-heartbroken wife of the man buried beneath the mountain.
Maybe we'll have a couple of drinks. Maybe you'll even take me out for a big evening, huh?
Why don't you wash that platinum out of your hair?
Phony, below-the-belt journalism, that's what it is.
Not below the belt, right in the gut, Mr. Boot. Human interest.
Nothing you've ever seen before has the tremendous human interest of Ace in the Hole. For here is a startling story of human emotions and human desires, played against the most exciting fight to save a man's life ever depicted on the screen.
Now, when Smollett comes, you can give him your orders. Tell him to go in through the cliff dwelling, shore it up, and get him out fast.
Not through the cliff dwelling. You can't get him out that way anymore.
Nummer 3.
And now, the distinguished television news commentator, Mr. Howard Beale.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I would like at this moment to announce that I will be retiring from this program in 2 weeks' time because of poor ratings. Since this show was the only thing I had going for me in my life, I have decided to kill myself. I'm going to blow my brains out right on this program a week from today.
What the hell's going on?
Prepare yourself for a perfectly outrageous motion picture.
Howard Beale went up there last night and said what every American feels, that he's tired of all the bull.
Sakes, Diana, we're talking about putting a manifestly irresponsible man on national television.
I am not putting Howard back on the air.
It's not your show anymore, Max. It's mine.
I got a feeling I'm being made.
You are.
Got to warn you, I don't do anything on my first date.
We'll see. I want a show developed based on the activities of a terrorist group.
Well, Ahmed, I'm gonna make a TV star out of you. Just like Archie Bunker.
You're the #1 show in television!
We're #1! We're #1! There is no America. There is no democracy. There is only IBM and DuPont and Exxon. And you have meddled with the primal forces of nature. And you will atone. Am I getting through to you, Mr. Beale?
Why me?
Because you're on television, dummy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Network News Hour with Howard Beale.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go
out?
You've got
to get mad.
67.
You've got to say... I want you to get up right now. Go to your windows, stick your head out, and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
Network by Patty Chayefsky, directed by Sidney Lumet, produced by Howard Gottfried. Television will never be the same.
Nummer 2.
Unit 1 to Unit 2.
What?
We're home. Base 1 to Unit 1. Base 1 to Unit 1.
Hold it, you mother! Hold it, police!
There's been a break-in at Democratic headquarters. They were bugging the place. Woodward, Bernstein, you're both on the story now. Don't get up.
Redford.
I'm Bob Woodward of the Washington Post. Mr. Markham, are you here in connection with the Watergate burglary? I'm not here.
Hoffman.
Hi, this is Carl Bernstein of the Washington Post, and I was just wondering if you can remember...
All the President's Men. The story of the 2 young reporters who cracked the Watergate conspiracy.
White House.
Howard Hunt, please.
He might be in Mr. Colson's office.
Who's Charles Colson? Did you know, Howard Hunt?
Well, the White House said he was doing some investigative work.
What do you say?
They stumbled into leads.
Certainly it comes as no surprise to you that Howard was with the CIA.
No surprise at all.
They tripped over clues.
We'd like to see all the material requested by the White House.
All White House transactions are confidential.
This whole thing is a cover-up. It's right on our nose.
And piece by piece, they solve the greatest detective story in American history.
There is no way the White House can control the investigation.
I don't want to say any more, okay?
Have you been threatened if you tell the truth?
Is there a cover-up?
Don't you understand what you're on to?
Mitchell knew?
Of course, Mitchell knew.
Woodward! Bernstein! Get in here!
At times, it looked as if it might cost them their jobs.
You guys are about to write a story that says the former Attorney General, the highest-ranking law enforcement officer in this country, is a crook.
Their reputations.
Why is the Post trying to do it? I don't know.
Perhaps even their lives.
Nummer 1.
Lights! Give me a mic.
Thank you. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Orson Welles. I'm speaking for the Mercury Theater, and what follows is supposed to advertise our first motion picture. Citizen Kane is the title, and we hope it can correctly be called a coming attraction. It's certainly coming to this theater, and I think our Mercury actors make it an attraction. I'd like you to meet them. Speaking of attractions, well, the chorus girls are certainly an attraction, but frankly, ladies and gentlemen, we're just showing you the chorus girls for purposes of ballyhoo. It's pretty nice ballyhoo. But here's some of our real Mercury people. This is the first time you've seen most of them on the screen. Hey, give Joe a little light. Thanks. Now smile for the folks, Joe. Smile. Joseph Cotton, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Joseph Cotton. I think you're going to see a lot of him. Here's Ruth Warwick, whom I know you love. Ruth. Look at the camera, Ruth. We caught Ruth with her hair up. And here's somebody you've all heard on the radio, so I don't have to tell you he's wonderful. Ray Collins. Dorothy Comingore is a name I'm going to repeat. Dorothy Comingore. I won't have to repeat it much longer. You'll be repeating it. And here's George Coulouris, who's a grand actor. I'll say that name again. George Coulouris. Watch it. Here comes Everett Sloane. Look out, Everett. Oops. Everett Sloane, ladies and gentlemen. He isn't necessarily a comedian. And here's one of the best in the world. Agnes Moorehead. I've said a lot of nice things, but Erskine Sanford deserves some more. Erskine Sanford. So does Paul. Paul Stewart, everybody. Citizen Kane is a modern American story about a man called Kane, Charles Foster Kane. I don't know how to tell you about him. There's so many things to say. I'll turn you over instead to the characters in the picture. As you'll see, they feel very strongly on the subject.
Charles Foster Kane is...
Sure, he started the war. But do you think if it hadn't been for Mr. Kane, the United States would have the Panama Canal?
Charles Foster Kane is nothing more or less than a communist.
Kane, governor. Listen, when the voters of this state and Mrs. Kane learn what I found out about Mr. Kane and a certain little blondie named Susan Alexander, he couldn't be elected dog catcher. I'm going to skin Mr. Charles Foster Kane alive.
I'm going to marry him next week at the White House.
Emily, I hear you've been stepping out with Charlie Kane.
Of course I love him. I gave him $60 million.
Well, of course I love him. He's the richest man in America.
But all the girls say about him at first.
But you know, I can't help but admire him. He's crazy.
He's wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you'll think about Mr. Kane. I can't imagine. You see, I play the part myself. Well, Kane is a hero and a scoundrel, a no account and a swell guy, a great lover, a great American citizen, and a dirty dog. It depends on who's talking about him. What's the real truth about Charles Foster Kane? I wish you'd come to this theater when Citizen Kane plays here and decide for yourself.
Seid ihr mit unserer Liste einverstanden? Bitte lasst es uns in den Kommentaren wissen und für weitere Top 5 Filmvideos vergesst nicht, communiTV zu abonnieren.